I'm definitely a believer in karma. I believe that doing right will and right will be done by you. A story that comes back to me from real estate. I remember a deal I did for a buyer I was working with a few years back. We were in multiple offers. We had put in an offer on this particular house, and there was 5 offers on the house. We won. Just before closing, I get a call from the listing agent to ask if my clients were going to assume the hot water tank. And I had actually, the hot water tank being a rental was not listed in the listing. So I had put a clause specifically in the offer about that. Well, on offer night, it got missed. And the agent just, the phone went totally dead. You could hear a pin drop. She was like, oh my gosh, because usually what happens in a case like that, the realtor would honestly generally take that on, pay that out. And in this case, to pay out that hot water tank was a couple of $1,000s. So I spoke to my clients and, explained the situation to them that it simply got missed. They were first time buyers, so they were well within their right, not just because they were first time buyers, but because of the clause I had put in, they were well within their right to actually have that hot water tank paid out. But they were very good people and said, you know what, we're going to need a hot water tank anyways, so let's just keep it as is when we'll assume the payments of whatever it was, $25 a month. Well, fast forward a couple years, I was actually the listing agent on a house. I was in multiple offers, and I actually had missed that in an offer. Someone had put that in. I actually had forgotten to list the hot water tank as a rental in the contract. And the offers came in again. There's you didn't always, you're not always seeing everything, although I should. It's not an excuse. And I missed the actual rental hot water tank. So the agent had put in the fixtures that the hot water tank was owned. I totally missed it. So when it came down to closing, I had to go hat in hand to the other realtor and say, look, the hot water tank is a rental. Are your clients going to assume that? And they just simply said, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. We understand it gets missed. And so, there's my story for good karma, right? When you do good by people, good will be done by you. And for me, that has always worked out. Again, no excuse for missing it, but we're human and it can happen to anybody. What's a good karma story that you have? Tell me in the comments.